chill video. I'm just gonna cover some of the gear that I wear. Like I got my race suit and I got some other gear that I'd wear on a normal basis on like a hot day or a normal day if I don't want to wear a full suit. I would say not everybody needs a full suit, but I'm just gonna cover some basic gear that I think most people should wear, especially if you're gonna ride a motorcycle. I think gear is important. It's a little underrated at the moment, but it'll protect you and save your life. All that safety talk out the way. Let's get into what I got in the bag. All right, let's see what's in the mystery bag. All right, so I would say the first most important piece that everybody should have is a helmet, just a good helmet. I already made a video covering this helmet. This is the KYT NZ Race. This is the carbon helmet. I got the carbon because it's lighter and it also looks pretty cool. There's a cardio on it and I usually have an Insta360 Ace Pro on the front of it. Aside from that, the most important thing is just to get a good quality helmet, one that is DOT and ECE. That's the most important part. Other than that, I could care less what helmet you wear, what brand, as long as it looks cool to you, it fits your head properly, and it has the proper safety ratings. That's all that matters. If you want to see the full review of this helmet, I'll link it below, but I love this helmet. This is my favorite helmet so far, and all I got is good things to say about it. It is a race style helmet, so it's not the quietest helmet if you want a quiet helmet, but it gets the job done and it looks good. All right, next piece of gear that I think everybody should wear is some gloves. Gloves are very important because they'll protect your hands, which is pretty obvious, but also protects your knuckles and also keeps your hands functioning. It's stupid to say, but I think gloves are kind of underrated. Like people just get any kind of glove, like mechanics gloves or gloves that don't really protect your hand, like the thin cloth ones. I think you should get a good quality glove because your hands, you do everything with your hands. Like you don't want to tear up your hands if you fall. Like the first thing you're going to do when you go to fall is put your hand out. You're going to try to basically support yourself. So get something with knuckle protection, some good either leather material. I think some do cowhide, or just get some good quality gloves. You don't need full gauntlet gloves. You don't need anything crazy, but these were the first pair of gloves that I have. They're just some, I think these were $60. They're not too expensive, but they have carbon knuckle protectors. They're Alpine Star. I do love Alpine Star. All my stuff's pretty much Alpine Star, but you can go any brand as long as they protect your knuckles, protect your fingers. They have good crash protection ratings. I think all these gloves go through some sort of testing if you get it through a reputable brand, and you want to make sure you have gloves that'll protect your hands. These are just some shorty gloves. And then I also have some gauntlet gloves. These are what I mostly wear pretty much every day now. I don't like the short ones as much anymore because I do enjoy having some wrist protection. Some people feel like it limits their mobility, but I feel like once you break them in, they're pretty comfortable. Like you don't really notice that you're wearing them anymore. They're just as comfortable as these after a while. I would say for me, the main difference between going from these shorty gloves that are just your standard motorcycle gloves to a pair of gauntlet gloves. For me, I wear a jacket all the time. Some people don't wear jackets, and that's a whole debate. I don't really care what you wear as long as you're aware of the wrist, but for me, I like wearing a jacket. I like being able to tuck my gloves or my jacket into the gloves. With the shorty gloves, I can't really tuck my jacket in there. I like having the protection. You get nice protection around your wrist, but also, I guess the most important thing with gauntlet gloves is that you see right here, your pinky's connected to your finger. So that way, if you crash, your pinky finger doesn't get broken. So it's nice and connected, so that way it all stays together. I like it. It's got nice knuckle protection. They're not too expensive in my opinion. If you look for good deals, you don't have to get Alpine Star. I like Alpine Star. Gauntlet gloves are the way to go if you want full protection, but some people don't like having the wrist protection. But I would say bare minimum, just get you some normal gloves. You just want to protect your hands or your knuckles. And if you really do care about your wrists, get you some gauntlet gloves. I would say the next piece, this is up for debate. I know some people like wearing shoes or different things. Not to scare you or anything, but I'll throw up the video that I saw, which kind of made me want to get boots. It's what happens when you wear Vans, because I like wearing Vans. They're very comfortable and all that good stuff, but if you wear Vans and your feet go down, the concrete or the asphalt will just chew right through your Vans and straight into your toes. So in my opinion, boots are the way to go. Everybody walks. Everybody hopefully enjoys walking or using your feet, moving around. I enjoy my feet. I want to keep walking and running and being able to exercise and move around without having any ankle mobility problems. Because what I notice is that when people do end up crashing with tennis shoes on or whatever shoes or regular boots, they basically end up having ankle issues, and I'm not trying to have that. But it's all up to you on your wrist tolerance and what you find is acceptable. But for me, I feel like a full boot is the way to go. They are a little pricey, I will say. I think I don't remember which ones these were. I think these are the SMX5 by Alpine Star boots. They're older because I got them quite a while ago and I've been using them for a while, but they're really comfortable after you break them in. Originally, they're a little stiff and hard to move around in, but once you get them broken in, they feel really good, and I can't imagine riding without them. The main point about this is that you have ankle protection. You got a lot of ankle protection. You got some shin protection right here. Everything's nice and protected around the heel as well. There's not a whole lot of flex to them, so you can see here that if you do fall, you're not going to be bending up your toes. There's also a nice slider right here, so in case you're dragging your knee or feet, that's nice and protected, and also a little indicator how much you're using them. But I say boots are the way to go. Not everybody needs to wear them, I guess, if you're just cruising around, but I wear them all the time. Every time I ride this bike, I'm wearing boots, and that's just the way it is for me. But good pair of boots, or I would even say riding shoes. Riding shoes are a good option too. You just don't want to wear regular tennis shoes. They make good riding shoes that aren't a full boot. You can wear ones that are actual sneakers. Alpine Star has some good ones. I'm not affiliated with them, but I do like their stuff. It's quality, it works, it is what it is. But find you a good pair of boots or shoes that you like, that you will feel comfortable in, that have a good safety rating, and you should be good. All right, last piece that I have is my Alpine Star jacket. This is the one with the ride knit. So the fabric that's in the armpits and down your arm, it's all stretchy, it's very elastic. But the main point that I got this is because it's very breathable. It still has very good protection. Like you have shoulders, you got your wrist, or not your wrist, sorry, you got your forearm protection right here. There's a nice CE pad in here. You have your shoulder pads. On the inside, there's a back protector. I think also if you have the airbag vest, you can wear airbag with this, but there is a nice back protector in here as well. But this jacket, I've worn it on 100-degree days. It is hot if you're just sitting in standstill traffic. Like, of course, your bike's just gonna be cooking you, especially Ducati, you're just gonna be getting roasted. But with all of the vents and the ride knit technology, with all the technology in this jacket, you do stay pretty cool, especially if you wear like a base layer. Like I prefer to wear a base layer with all this stuff, especially in the summer, so that way I'm not cooking. But if you wear a base layer under this jacket, you stay pretty cool when you're riding. It's only when you come to a stop that you might have to crack the jacket open to get some air. But in my opinion, a full jacket is the way to go, especially on the street. You want to make sure you protect your arms, your back, and everything. I think it's the way to go, but personal preference. All right, another piece that I almost forgot about is the pants. So I would say don't wear jeans, get you a nice pair of pants, because I say like the most common injury that I see is when people fall, they're wearing just regular jeans and they end up burning through them, and then they got road rash all on their knees get destroyed, their legs get destroyed, their shins get destroyed. Find you a good pair of motorcycle pants. These ones I got from Cycle Gear. Again, not affiliated, but I'll throw them down below. But these ones are lined with I forgot the name of the material, but it's a very tough material. It's very breathable, very comfortable. I wear this on 100-degree days. Yes, it's a little hot, but you're protected. It's got a nice CE protection on your knees. They're not the most stretchy, but you will be very well protected. In case you do fall, you're not gonna burn through them and rip holes in your pants and also tear up your skin. So that is pretty much my last piece of gear. I wear the pants, I wear the boots, and jacket and the gloves. I would say that's the most common outfit that I wear whenever I go out. So I also have the full Alpine Star suit. I would say that most people don't really need this unless you are trying to get serious about going to the track. I picked this up recently because I'm trying to get into track days. This is not the most comfortable thing to wear, especially on a hot day. I've worn it a couple times during the heat, especially out here in Texas. You're just cooking. It's very heavy. It's a full leather suit. There's padding everywhere in your shins, your elbows, your arms, your knees. Like, one thing I didn't realize is that the knees are very puffy because you do have the pucks for sliding or for dragging your knees, but also that there's a lot of cushion in them, there's a lot of protection. If you're gonna get one of these suits, I would say get a base layer. You want the pants and you want the base layer shirt, so that way you can get in and out of this comfortably. This is more for hardcore riding, I guess, on the street, canyons, whatever you say, or spirited riding on the street, or for track days, or if you want to start practicing getting your knee down and that kind of stuff. But this is an investment. I will say, if you are interested in getting a suit, you don't need to get Alpine Star. You can get whatever brand. I know Revit makes some affordable race suits. But when you start talking about suits, then there's also back protectors and airbags. You can get the Tech Air 5 or whatever is out there right now. I'll probably get a Tech Air 5 Plasma pretty soon, and I'll do a review on that and how it fits and how it works. But I guess I'll probably show you what all the gear looks like on, and then you can kind of get an idea of what a normal riding outfit for me looks like. All right, so for me, this is pretty much what it looks like when I got all the full gear on. I got the boots, I got the pants, I got the jacket. This is pretty much how I look like every time I go riding. Minus the gloves, I'll probably wear the gloves, but pretty much I got the full jacket on. You can see it has good protection. I got the back protector. My shins, elbows, arms are all protected. I don't have a chest protector. I don't really think it's necessary, but it is hot if you're not moving around, I will say that. You do heat up pretty quickly, but once you're moving on the road, you're pretty cool. All right, so pretty much for me, this would be like my normal riding gear, but I would say the most important thing for anybody when considering what they're gonna wear when they go riding is to at least get a helmet, bare minimum. You need a helmet, you need some gloves. And then from there, it's personal preference. I would say not everybody needs a pair of boots or a full-on jacket, but I would say at least wear something, especially pants. I would say you enjoy walking, so protect your legs, protect your knees. As for jackets, kind of personal preference. Some people like a lighter jacket. I want as much protection as possible, so I'll wear a full leather jacket, but there's also great options for the summer because I know it's hot out there. They make mesh jackets. They're not the most protective, but they'll get the job done. They'll keep your skin from at least getting torn up. And they do offer some nice padding around your shins, your elbows, your shoulders, and back, and that kind of stuff. But pretty much the purpose of this video was to kind of just show like the different types of gear that you could wear. I would say that everybody has their own level of risk. Not everybody needs a full race suit, but at least protect yourself. This stuff, in my opinion, is an investment, not just in like looking cool. I do feel like all this stuff together does look cool, but I would say that this stuff is an investment in protecting yourself because you do want to keep yourself safe. The most important part when riding a bike is getting home safely. We all want to go out, have fun, and then come back home and get back on with our lives. I mean, that's the whole point of riding, is to get out, have some fun, and then go back home safely. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what kind of gear you wear, what brands you prefer. Not everybody, I guess not everybody likes Alpine Star, but by all this stuff, you can kind of tell that I'm an Alpine Star fanboy. Let me know what you guys like to wear. Let me know if you wear all your gear all the time, some gear, what your risk is. It's all personal preference. I'm not a gear police, but I'm interested in to see what other people like to wear and what they like riding with, how they stay cool in the summer. Hope you enjoyed.